There's a whole lot to unpack in the world of business today from Wall Street, especially from the corporate news box. But let's start on the stimulus side with Andrew Schmertz, my colleague in New York, who joins us now. Good afternoon, Andrew. It's good to see you. Let's get started. The latest on the stimulus plan and some earnings news from a company that makes food for humans and others. What are we getting here today?
So we'll start with the stimulus news. This afternoon, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell basically said that he's willing to take the business liability protection off the table because he says Congress needs to pass a deal. But he said with the business liability off the table, he wants Democrats to take the aid for state and local governments off the table as well. Democrats say that is a non-starter. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says that money is needed for the teachers, police officers, and firefighters who are in the communities every day. So we still are at a standstill, if you will, right now on stimulus monies. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin also put a proposal in front of people, and that includes $600 direct payments to most Americans. That's half as much as they got in the beginning of the pandemic in the spring. It does not include extra money for unemployment insurance. That was the $300 a week extra that people would receive on unemployment. They still get the state unemployment insurance. However, all of that expires within weeks, and that could be real trouble for millions of Americans. On Wall Street, earnings news from McDonald's, Campbell Soup, and Chewy. So two companies that serve up food for us humans and one company that serves up food for your pets. McDonald's outperformed its fiscal third quarter earnings. Revenue came in above estimates. Earnings of $2.22 a share, topped estimates of $1.90. But here's the key. Same-store sales actually grew 4.6%. That's better than Burger King or its competitor Wendy's. Company credits promotion with rapper Travis Scott and its limited release of spicy chicken McNuggets. And this quarter, of course, it released the McRib sandwich. So maybe that will help further. Campbell Soup also reporting today. Earnings came in above about 10% higher than estimated. And once again, it was the stay-at-home orders that helped Campbell Soup. People needed soup, I guess, for comfort. And Chewy, that's the dog and cat online mail delivery service. Net sales were up 45% to $1.8 billion in revenue. The CEO says this growth is more than just the pandemic. Americans simply love their pets. But Chewy did lose about $30 million. So pretty strong news for the markets. Generally speaking, the markets are down today. Pets are winning. Pets are without a doubt winning. You know, dogs are very happy. All of us are home.
Man's best
Dogs
friend.
don't know what's going on. Why are you home all the time? Play with me.
Play with me, and that means more food for the pets. That's what it means. But then we need to distribute. We need to distribute.
That's driving sales on Chewy.
Yes. So we need to distribute these vaccine. How are we getting that done? The government won't do it for us. It won't get down very quickly. What's the way out here?
So the U.S. government has chosen, major pharmaceuticals to distribute the vaccine, but corporations are also preparing to do their part. So companies like Ford is setting aside warehouse space to house the vaccine and create refrigeration systems because the Pfizer vaccine needs to be chilled. And legal experts say most companies can require their employees to get vaccinated, but they can't require them necessarily to return to the office. Half of Americans, according to a Pew survey, would rather just stay at home, and a third would like to have options to sometimes work from home, while 11% say they are never going back to the office. That could be difficult for companies, certainly difficult for the commercial real estate space, which is largely empty right now.
I was looking at DoorDash just a short while ago, and it looks like it's heading towards $60 billion US.
Yeah, DoorDash is having those shares gobbled up by traders today. The stock debuted as part of its IPO and is right now trading at $182 a share. It hit the markets at just $102 a share. And as you mentioned, that's north of a $60 billion market cap. for DoorDash, which loses money, needless to say. DoorDash says it has 390,000 merchants on its app. It instantly made billionaires of its two founders, two Stanford, California founders. So pretty good day for them. And a preview of an IPO tomorrow, which could be just as big or bigger, Airbnb.
So how are Americans coping with the pandemic in terms of their income and wages and earnings? Many of them are complaining that they're earning less. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are. Nine months into the pandemic, 42% of Americans say they are earning less than they did at the start of the pandemic, even if they kept their jobs. That's according to a bank rate survey. Only 17% say earnings have returned to the level before the pandemic. And the fact is the more you earned, the harder it will be to recoup that money. That's where the cuts are coming from. People earning north of $80,000 are having more difficulty earning that again during the pandemic. I was just talking to a friend earlier. He had a 25% pay cut. So even if you have a job and you're doing well, you are being hurt by the pandemic.
Yes. So,
of course, you're not commuting, so maybe you're saving a little money there.
So people go on Google. What are they looking at? What have they been looking at since 2020 started? Any idea?
Yeah, we have a lot of time. We have a lot of time in front of our laptops these days. So what have people searched for? Google is out with its 2020 search results. The top two searches, words election and coronavirus. Also Zoom, actor Chadwick Boseman, who died earlier this year. And PlayStation 5 in the top 10. Kobe Bryant, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and George Floyd, as well as Black Lives Matter, also in the searches. People also searched how to make sourdough bread and social distancing date ideas. So you have a little bit of a piece of what Americans are thinking about by looking at what they're searching for.
Surprisingly, elections. That's interesting. Thank you so much, Andrew. Have a great day on Wall Street. And see you again tomorrow.